Hey everybody, how are you? It has been far too long since I have posted anything to this channel. It's been a super busy year. I planned on making a 2026 game room tour on January 1st, just like I did last year on January 1st, 2025. However, life has been lifing. Not necessarily bad things, just incredibly busy. Long story short, two things I want to talk about in this video. There is going to be a 2026 game and toy room video coming shortly after I get all of this cleaned up and looking a little bit more presentable. And also, this will be the last game and toy room tour in this room ever, because we currently live in Spring Hill, Tennessee, and we've just signed a contract to move to the Atlanta, Georgia area. So that means I'm going to be getting everything together nice and neatly organized so I know exactly what is where. At that point, I'm going to do a tour for you guys so you can see a fully updated collection. And then I'm going to start packing, and we're going to be moving down south to Atlanta, Georgia. And the part that really excites me about all this, as you can see, this is a lovely room, but it is still but one room. My dream is coming true. We are getting a home with a full basement, and I'm going to have 6 rooms to create our glorious toy and game room that I only dreamt of as a little boy and still dream of today as a 36-year-old man. But that tour isn't happening today, obviously. This will be a work in progress. We're closing on the home on July 1st. So expect that updated game room tour to come in the next couple of weeks or so here. But what I wanted to show you today is I was just able to update my VHS collection, mostly of WWF and WCW VHSs, as you could see I've got here, along with a few other very niche VHS tapes, 50 new additions. Most of them are for the collection. Some of them are for reselling purposes because I saw them, I knew their value, and I took advantage of them and purchased them. I got these for $2 a pop. So we paid a total of $100 for 50 new VHS tapes, and they are right here in this box. So I'm gonna drag this thing downstairs and let's look over what I have managed to procure for the VHS collection. All right, so we're just gonna do it like this. I'm gonna have a pile for keep and a pile for sell. I'm gonna try to work around these two little menaces right here. So anything that I decide to keep, I'll put to the side, and anything I decide to sell, we'll be listing on our eBay page. Link to that I will put in the description. So starting off here right off the bat, Dorian Yates, Blood and Guts. This thing is super rare. I've watched the clips from this VHS on YouTube many times. I'm a big Dorian Yates fan. To have the actual VHS is super cool, but for what the going rate is for this thing, I think we're gonna put that in the sell category. Halloween 4. I'm a Halloween fan, but I'm not a huge horror movie collector, so we'll pass on that one. Definitely keeping this one. This was my first Royal Rumble, and I love these, how the old Blockbuster tapes, if you didn't know, back in the day, they would take these as rentals, and whenever the rental had kind of run its course and it was ready to be sent to new owners, they would list them in the previously viewed tape section, and it looks like this one got listed on September 24th of 2000. Keeping that one. WrestleMania 19. This was a good one. I have, I believe, every WrestleMania from 1 through 17 on VHS. I do not have 18, and I didn't have 19 up to this point, but I do now, so we're keeping that. Survivor Series, the 6th annual. We'll keep that. Classic Coliseum home video. Time Cop, Van Damme. Big Van Damme fan. Keep. random Triple H necklace from 2002. Hang on to that. This is super cool. It looks like something came in here. Maybe, I don't know what this came with. Maybe it says right here. No. I don't know. I don't know what was in the side of this. If anybody knows, drop it in the comments, or maybe we can just look it up and figure it out later. But we'll keep that. Scream, again, big horror movie fan, but not, you know what, actually, this is the original Scream. I'm keeping it. Van Damme, Hard Target, yeah, we'll keep that. I have quite the collection of Van Damme VHS tapes and Steven Seagal DVDs because I am a man of culture. Biggest, smallest, strangest, strongest. Interesting. Who would have thought? Another Van Damme film. This guy really liked his Van Damme. Royal Rumble 99. Gotta keep that one. I actually already have this, but I don't have it in the case. And this is a super clean sleeve here. You see, Royal Rumble 2000 got listed around September of 2000, and Royal Rumble of 99 got listed right around November of 99. So yeah, they ran their course. You know, they came out on VHS probably 2 to 3 months or so after they were shown live on pay-per-view, and then from that point they ran their course in the rental stores until they got put up for sale for, you know, $5-10, and losers like me picked them up. Another SummerSlam here. Yokozuna and Luger. No, this is SummerSlam The Greatest Hits. Interesting. 91, 92, 93. Cool. Keep that. Funniest moments. Beavis and Butthead. Fine role models. They're short. What is that, 5'6"? Replicant, Van Damme. You notice I haven't put very many things in the sold pile yet. We got 2 things in the sold pile, and we got a lot of things in the keep pile. Lee Priest, another top-notch bodybuilder from back in the day, the Blonde Myth. Well, I like Lee Priest, but I prefer to watch men in spandex wrestle, not pose. So put that in the sell pile. Survivor Series 99. This was my first Survivor Series. I started watching wrestling in March of 99, started watching WWF in August of 99, and actually my first Monday Night Raw that I watched from top to bottom was the night that the Rock and Sock Connection got together and won the tag titles from Big Show and Undertaker. Fun fact. So we'll keep that. WrestleMania 10. It's in great shape, man. Well, never mind. It's taped right here. But, so, not great shape, but no big creases or anything, at least. And I actually have a spare case. Moving on. No Holds Barred, brother. What a classic hit. How this man didn't become a full-time actor immediately is beyond me. XPW. Lizzie Borden, Shane Douglas, you get Chris Candido, Tammy. You guys ever watch The Dark Side of the Ring about XPW with Messiah and Lizzie Borden? Some dark stuff if you haven't. I will keep it in the keep pile just because as a wrestling historian, it's good to remember the bad just as well as the good. Small Soldiers, I'm a 90s kid, must stay. Halloween again, this is the original VHS, it looks like. Put it in the keep pile for now. Tentatively I could sell though. Incredible Hulk, Lou Ferrigno. Ooh. Oh man, keep. Yeah, this is getting way out of control, guys. Keep, sell. Royal Rumble 2001. Definitely gonna keep. Again, what a deal. I got all this for $100. $2 a pop. It's pretty damn good in my book. Sylvester and Tweety's tail feathers. I'm gonna keep it only for the simple fact that I've already looked it up and it does not sell for much. And it's cool enough to keep. Cool enough piece of my childhood to keep. Porky Pig, put it in the keep pile. Tentatively sell though. It's available for the right price. You guys tell me if you want it, we'll make it happen. Spring Stampede 99. I was fresh into wrestling at this point. I remember I tuned in right in the lead up, right after Uncensored, which was actually right there, leading up to Spring Stampede. I'm actually gonna put this one in the sell category because I've already got a copy upstairs. But I grabbed it knowing that it was worth at least a few bucks. Uncensored 99, pretty good shape. Another blockbuster special, put it in the sell category. Royal Rumble 03, do not have this one yet on VHS, so that's added to the collection. I remember seeing these in Blockbusters back in the 90s. Old school UFC stuff. What does that say? Ken Shamrock, final UFC fight of Ken Shamrock. Gotta keep that one, gotta do it. Another XPW with Vampiro, or Vampiro, as the great Oklahoma called him in WCW. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up, thank me later. Best of Rick Rude. I wrestled with a guy on the indies named Ray Bruce. Ray Bruce, if you've never heard of him, look him up. He's like the second coming of Rick Rude. It's interesting stuff. Brandon Lee the Crow. Rest in peace. I liked this movie. I shall keep. Best of Confidential. Keep. No Way Out 03. Do not have this in the collection yet. So we're gonna keep it. Man, that was when Austin came back after all that time away. What a bad match both of these were. Just not either man's best work, and I'm a huge fan of both. Best of Steve Austin, as seen on TV. Gotta keep that. Big Stone Cold fan. Slamboree 99. Love it. Gonna sell it because I already got a copy. Bone Crusher. See, as you could see, this was about 90%. It's about 90% me adding stuff to my collection for fun, and about 10% business endeavor. But you know what? If I sell just these few, I'll more than make my money back. So I'm not worried about it. Wow, I think this is the oldest one of these Blockbuster tags I've ever seen. April 29th, 1996. $5, over 30 years ago. Interesting stuff to me. All right. Flair vs. Steamboat, Spring Stampede. In great shape, man. Like really good shape. Got lucky here. Wrestling Superstars. We'll hang on to that one. Cobra. Dude, what do you know about Cobra? Some of Stallone's finest work. Keep. Crockett Cup 88. Keep. Oh my God, the man, the myth, the legend. Steven Seagal. Actor slash philanthropist slash Russian diplomat slash blues singer slash rapper slash movie star slash healer slash everything else. I mean, it'd just be straight up disrespectful for me not to hang on to that. Royal Rumble. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, you guys have to look up Ray Bruce. He looks just like the guy. just like Rick Rude. Sid Vicious. So I'm gonna go on a fun little quick side story about Sid Vicious briefly. I'm a pro wrestler on the independent circuit. I was on the same show as Sid one time. He had his own private locker room, of course, and I was the opening match. After my match was over, Sid made it a point to walk up to me from his private locker room, extend that big ass fist of his out, give me a fist bump, and put over my match. I remember he said that was a good match. You had those people in the palm of your hand. And that meant so much to me. Such a legend in the business like Sid Vicious would take the time not only to watch my match, but to pay me a compliment, go out of his way to pay me a compliment when he didn't have to. So, thank you very much, Sid. Olympia 03, Ronnie Coleman, baby. Ain't nothing but a peanut. I'm a big Ronnie fan, but again, I'm not a big collector of bodybuilding VHSs. So thankfully I can sell that and make a little money. Universal Soldier. Van Damme and Goldberg. Well, I've got mixed feelings on Goldberg, but that is another story for another day. We'll get to that, I promise. UFC. Old school. All right, keep. Collision Course Sting versus the Black Scorpion. Man, this era of WCW was kind of corny. But boy, did they have a great run in the late 90s. Nature Boy. We got kicked out of a bar by Ric Flair one time. That was a fun story. Another best of Ric Flair. Space Mountain Spectacular. This marginally resembles an adult film by the cover. All the more reason to keep it. Two left here. The best of Sting from the late 80s, early 90s, it looks like. And finally, Van Damme, Kickboxer. If I didn't already have this, I 100% would be keeping it, but I already have a copy. So some other lucky soul has the opportunity to own it now. So yeah, just a little bit skewed, but that's okay. So that's it for now, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. That's my friend Ray Bruce. I'm telling you, he looks just like Rick Rude. Check him out. Check me out, Zach Kennedy Harris, on Instagram, on YouTube. If you're into 90s nostalgia, if you're into retro gaming, if you're into retro toys, like, subscribe, continue to hang out, and watch as we document what the game room is looking like right now and how we will be transitioning from that one game room upstairs to a whole new setup that is ultimately going to be a total of 6 rooms, a massive basement. We're going to have an area for games, an area for carded figures, area for comics, an area for loose figures and glass display cases. I cannot wait. This is the game and toy room that I have dreamt of my entire life. Literally, just about. From the time that I was 6, 7 years old, I've always wanted a cool room like this. And we are going to build it one step at a time. So please like, subscribe, stick around as we document the journey. I cannot wait to share every step of it with you. Thanks so much. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.